If you're someone that is like me that uses Final Cut Pro for video editing, there is some big news for you. Because for me that do not know, the latest update for Final Cut Pro 12.3 now includes a few things that we've been asking for and just some amazing updates that, hey, this is going to make video editing a lot more easier. So let's go into Final Cut Pro, check out what's new, and just how you can easily use them to make your editing process a lot more smoother. So right now we got Final Cut Pro opened up, and let's look at the very first update that I think everyone's going to enjoy, which is proper captions. Now for me that do not know, originally if you wanted to do captions, you would import your clip, obviously edit it down a little bit, and normally you would have to do a certain way, which was going for closed captions. That was the only option we had. You couldn't really make it look like proper captions that you would use for social media. But with the latest update 12.3, we now have proper subtitles. Now, this is actually a very easy process to do. So now we got our clip here. Apple has finally given us a new update for Final Cut Pro 12.3, which is, a basic video. So let's select our clip, go to the magic tool, generative captions, and we have subtitles. Now when we do that, it'll take a few seconds to give us some subtitles, and there we go. We got our subtitles. So now they should look like this. So, Apple has finally given us a new update for Final Cut Pro 12.3. Now, of course, we can also edit this down. Also, we had a few hiccups with recording, which, yes, it does happen. Every YouTube goes through it. But so far, it does really well when it comes to generating captions to your speech. And so far, I haven't noticed too much of a downside with it. Now, you might be asking, can you actually edit, well, the titles, the subtitles? And yes, you can. All you gotta do is make sure you highlight the subtitles you're wanting to edit, and you can go and do any editing you want. So we can actually even change the text, so I can make it a 3D text to maybe look like, let's go with blue plastic. And we should have the effect added on. Now, of course, you can actually do more to them. You can also do different text fonts. You can basically do what you can normally do with basic titles and texts. So let's just maybe select a decent text just for the example. And I'm going to go for this one, which hey, it does actually look like a good text for social media. So let's actually go to the actual text box, and we can now select animation, animate by, and so much more. So let's do maybe a fade effect. And with this, let's actually maybe do line. Now, obviously, we don't want to have the box in the background, so we can just turn the background opacity all the way to 0. We can obviously just change some of the colors. We can do fill, but this is what it looks like with some editing to it. So Apple has finally gave us a new update to, well, Final Cut Pro, which is now included in the 12.3 update. So that's not too bad. But let's actually make it maybe more usable for social media. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on 2D styles. I'm going to go for bold, and I'm going to choose my favorite font for obviously my videos, which is normally either Arial Black or Arial around MT bold. That's my favorite text actually to use. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to also make sure the titles are not in all caps, because not everyone likes all caps. But let's now go to the animation and change it a bit more. So we're going to go by word. We're going to change it to highlight. And now we have this little effect. So Apple has finally gave us a new update to, well, Final Cut Pro, which is now included in the 12.3 update. Which, yes, that means you can kind of do your own karaoke if you wanted to, but I'm liking this. Now, of course, I will even say if you do find any plugins for text, you can use that with the subtitles, and there are some amazing plugins for you to actually use. I'll actually put some in the description that I do think is going to be best for a lot of creators and video editors, but this is really unique. But now, what about if you do vertical clips? So let's just get rid of the basic thing we just did, and let's bring in a gaming clip that I have from one of my live streams. Let's do the same effect. So again, go to the magic tool, go to generate captions, subtitles, and it'll generate the subtitles for our clip. But you might be wondering, how can you change it for vertical clips? So let's just make sure we highlight all of them. And you can go scroll down to the bottom of the box and say vertical social media safe, which will put it up a little bit more. Now you can actually move this up to the top, wherever you want to actually have them. And we're going to also just make it so it looks better for social media. So let's just go to heavy, which I think is going to be better for this type of vertical clip. we'll use Arial Black, and let's maybe make an effect that makes it stand out a bit more for social media. So let's go for scale. We'll go for animation to be character, get rid of background, and now let's see. That is indeed Icy Thief. Okay, so obviously didn't pick it up the way I'm saying stuff, but obviously it does have some flaws. Obviously you have to be very clear when you speak, but you can do this for this type of stuff. But I mean, to be fair, the fact that we do have at least some subtitles that we can actually do customizable to our own videos, content, and what we're wanting to do with the new subtitle function, it's nice that we do have it, and I do hope Apple actually does improve it more and giving us more presets for us to actually use. Something similar to, let's say, for example, DaVinci Resolve or even CapCut. But now, besides Apple giving us something we've been asking for with subtitles, Apple made masking way more easier. Now, for many of you that do not know, the original way to mask stuff was very long. It took us some time to actually mask, and it was a bit annoying. Now, we'll just do a few example clips. So we'll just get this clip here. And this is normally how I do my masking, because I normally add stuff in the background, but this can also be useful for singular clips. Now, the original way to do masking was to go to the magic tool and go to add magnetic masking. And this is originally how we had to do it, was highlight our subject that we're wanting to mask. Then we have to add where you don't want it to be masked. And it can be very annoying depending on certain clips and also depending on lighting. So it was a bit annoying. But what if I told you Apple made it so much easier and makes you save so much more time when it comes to masking, or even select color grading, which is one of the main things I think is nice about this new update. So let's actually quickly show how you can do it. Now we can obviously select our main clip we're wanting to use, go to the same tool, and you'll see Add Auto Mask. Now this can be very groovy. Now you can say it says move the pointer to reveal masks. Now essentially it already knows where we're wanting to mask. It knows exactly what is a person, what is the hair, and you can literally mask anything you're wanting to do. So we can do either our hair, our eyebrows, we can even do our eyes, we can do our mouth, teeth, just our shirt if we're wanting to, our skin alone. But let's maybe do this. Let's do our skin. And now we can see on the right, we can actually select individual masks we're wanting to do. So if you're wanting to do the whole person, you can. If you're wanting to do, let's say, just the skin with maybe the hair, you can. What about if you're wanting to get rid of the background? You can. So we have that selection. So let's add auto mask just for our skin. And it should basically already mask the whole clip. So let's see if this actually worked. So we're going to add black and white. And this is going to be a little bit terrifying. Which it does look very terrifying. Look kind of like that one character from Liar Liar. But this essentially is what you can do. Finally gave us a new update to, well, Final Cut Pro. Yeah, no, this is just terrifying. We can obviously customize it a bit more with the effect. We can obviously just maybe just make it so it looks a little bit more seamless. But the fact that we can actually select individual parts and just either enhance it or even just use that to do an example, maybe for fitness videos, you can actually use it to, show maybe this is the muscle you should use and which one you shouldn't. So this is going to be very useful for just quicker workflows and just easier ways to color grade individual persons or just have a nice effect to your videos. And then finally, the main update that I think a lot of people are going to be enjoying is the auto edit detector. So we got our video that we did on a review on a desk, which was a standing desk, and I want to see where I make cuts. So maybe I can just, adjust it or just take some clips out that are not supposed to be there. This can actually be very useful for a lot of YouTubers that maybe did edit the video, deleted the project, and uploaded the video and found out that it is not going to be working because a certain clip might not be allowed to be shown on YouTube. So to do this, go to your Magic tool, go to Detect Edits, and once you click that, it will detect every edit. Now this can take some time. Also, if you do have a newer Apple device, it can be a lot quicker. But I am indeed on a Mac Mini M1, so the fact that I'm actually still able to do all this on this type of device is actually really impressive still. And there we go. It took roughly maybe 20 to 30 seconds for a 6-minute video. So let's see if it did it correctly. So we got our main cut here. Okay, detected that. And it looks like it actually got the cuts correctly. Let's see, I know I did more cuts to this side, so let's see. Detected that. And that is actually... Okay, it did a double here. I don't know why it did a double. Or wait, did it detect a different type of cut? Pro. But if you do want to actually get... Okay, no, I think it just detected a little bit wrong here. But besides that, the fact that it detected majority of the cuts that we did, I'm impressed. I'm actually really impressed. I haven't tried this tool at all. So this is my first time actually using this tool because personally I didn't really have a reason to really try this tool just yet. But this is very useful. And again, if you are someone who's a creator and you're wanting to get rid of a clip that is not supposed to be in your video, that YouTube says you have to delete, otherwise let's say your video won't be monetized, you can just essentially select, let's say I don't want to have this B-roll shot here. Delete that.
Want to play around
it should be
with
like
controllers.
this.
Are worried about their kids.
And there we go. So yes, those are some of the latest things that was added with the all-new update for Final Cut 12.3. Which me personally, I think this is going to be a useful tool for a lot of editors. It can save you a lot of time when it comes to obviously doing masking for certain aspects. Also allowing you to add subtitles to your videos finally. And of course, having the auto detect is very useful if you're wanting to break down a video into clips. But guys, let me know in the comments below what are your thoughts of this latest update for Final Cut Pro, and do you think this is a good update? Now, at the moment, I'm definitely going to say I can't wait for them to eventually add motion VFX, which I'm pretty sure we'll be getting sometime soon, because obviously, for me that do not know, Apple did actually acquire them, and we'll probably see that integrated into Final Cut Pro eventually. But I hope you guys enjoyed. So guys, next one. Peace out as always. Every day onwards.